was happy to cut the letter towards the end of the summer, and I know you did not know about it, so it is well deserved. I know you help other clerks in other townships. I know they call you for advice and counsel on how to deal with their boards and issues in their township. So again, well deserved award and congratulations. So I know it was a surprise. So.
It wasn't.
So, anyway, all right, congrats. In addition to that, I want to say that in terms of the snow plowing and salt contract, I started calling the references of the lowest bidder yesterday, confirmed it with 2 of the 3 references this morning. There were outstanding references and outstanding recommendations by both of those references for the, it seems like will be the company that will be suggested next meeting to be the snowplow salting company for both of our locations. So just so you know, I was able to connect with those companies this morning. So following up, I gave the notes and notices to the clerk this morning. The third candidate is literally out of the country and could not speak, of course, for the vendor. So, but I already turned that in this morning, so just to dovetail on what you said about that new contract. Next up would be Highway Commissioner Mike.
Okay, excuse me. Gave everybody on board here a copy of the minutes, and that's, I want them to be entered into our minutes as written. I've got several different things here, but basically I just want to go over the highlights. First thing is finally I can report that all but 1 road has been paved out of all our paving, and 1 patch has not been done. But everything else has been completed except for some curbstone by Farrell. So that I was out in the subdivisions today looking. We found had a resident call from lady from Mohawk complaining about the pavement was already cracking as they were putting it down. And we went out and verified that in fact that is the case, and we will address that with PT Farrell. We reached out to them via the email. Got salt in, had 1 truck break down and block Joliet Street today for about 4 hours, turning into deliver. The back end of the trailer came off the back of the trailer, or the axles I should say, and it was quite a mess. And we received all but I think 2 loads of our initial salt order of 600 tons. So we're 2 loads.
Is that the contractor's truck?
Yeah, it's not ours. It's whoever they contract all the salt.
So it wasn't our truck that broke down?
No.
It was the contractors?
It was the salt companies, or their contracted employee that had it.
The salt delivery truck?
That's correct.
Okay.
We got all the manhole shims put on. Ran out of markers. We got to order some markers for the routes because they've changed. Some of the road lists has changed during the paving, so we have to redo a couple little odds and ends things here and there. And there's some pictures in here of the striping that we had done on Rowell Avenue, and I'm happy to report, by the way, for anybody that hasn't been down Rowell by the school, they finally put in 2 solar panel school flashing lights, 1 coming each direction with 20 MPH on it, mostly. So that's finally done. It looks nice, and it seems to be working as intended. But like I said, I got the pictures and also got the certificate here from Anna for being certified as a FOIA officer for the highway district. And then just basically, Cyntha's come down, checked all the hydrants, alarms, everything's in working order. That's pretty much it, except for the snow. We had guys out at 3:30 last Monday when the first snowflakes hit the ground, salting. So, and then they stayed until the snow picked up, made sure it went back across the routes, and never had to drop a plow. All the road was good, so we had no issues, no call outs or nothing like that, based on bad roads. And I mentioned I'm currently working on getting some specs put together for, bidding out and then trading the 3 old trucks and purchasing 2 new trucks. We're working on that right now.
Were you able to get up to Bradford Place?
I'm sorry?
Have you been able to get up to Bradford Place?
Bradford.
Up there, up Chicago Street, by the apartments where the parking issue's been going on?
Yes.
And then like the semis are packed in there too.
That's the, notice I gave you at the last meeting.
Okay, so, as a matter of fact, next day, I looked at it in GIS, and that road is actually wide enough to accept parking along the front of the buildings. The problem is, the semis are parking. That's not our jurisdiction. It's, the sheriff needs to be called on that. And that's why I responded to the customer, to the lady, resident, I mean, that the sheriff's department is responsible for anytime they're blocking their vision or their view. But that's all over that whole area. That's a common place. Are you familiar with where that is?
Yeah.
That's right across from that little market there,
Yeah.
right there. Yeah.
But they can't see you coming out, so like, there's like no way, like to have just like one side of the street taken, like, make no parking on one side? Parking,
I mean, I can
because
cross-
doesn't that affect you guys with plowing and everything?
Well, everything affects the plowing
Yeah,
portion of it.
Yeah.
And, you know, I reached out to a couple different areas and, again, like I brought up the last meeting, we could look at like the city, the odd and even, but then that's really not gonna work so well either. But what Lockport does, they've got an ordinance in place that from 2 o'clock to 7 o'clock, 2 AM to 7 AM, no street parking at all. So the plows can get in, get their job done, and then they can park. Now, I don't see how that will work exactly either, but, as far as, in answer to your question, I can reach out to the county and talk to, Jeff Ronaldson and see if he would allow us to put a no parking on one side or the other.
I mean, 'cause I think that would help the, people who live up there so they can get in and out of 53 safely, cause
Right.
right now it's, you can't see. And that truck traffic's horrible out there.
And some days worse, way worse than others. You know, there's no rhyme or reason for how it runs, but it's definitely bad all over that whole area. So I'll reach out to Jeff Ronaldson and see on, tomorrow and see if I can, they'll let us put something up there.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, trying to figure out some kind of, fix.
Well, part of the stuff that I was down in attendance, as you know, down in Springfield, and we had a state trooper the last day. And, real quick, he's a compliance officer for 25 years on the state police. So he was showing us, while everybody that was present, he doesn't like any signage that has pictures. So I'm sitting there and I'm, all right, this has gotta go somewhere. So what they were doing, they're showing a truck with a red circle and a slash through it. Everybody's seen them in the cars and everything. But people are getting so creative that they go in, they take a picture of their truck and then take it in and show the judge, say, this truck doesn't look anything like that truck on the sign. And they throw it out based on that. That's how serious it is. But the one thing that they were very clear on is verbiage is what really drives the point across. So what he was suggesting that people do is say we want to put a load limit on our streets. So to enable garbage trucks and delivery trucks and such as that, for them to come and school buses enter in and out of our roads, we would put a weight limit sign per axle. So that would allow garbage trucks, but semis couldn't come in there. So that's one of the suggestions that he had. He said when it's written verbiage, there's nothing to get to argue. If the axle weight is 7 tons, you're getting a ticket. You're not in compliance. Just plain and simple. So that's just a little FYI, but, it's something I think, we could look at doing maybe. But the snowplow part, we got some subdivisions, Ridgewood, I don't know where people are gonna park.
Well, that's a good question. Okay. Assessor Jim.